Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Anand and you're watching Physics Craze. In this video, I'll be gonna talk about a very important concept of SHM where a charged particle does its motion around another charged body. So this session will gonna be very fun and you will have an extra concept added to your knowledge. So without wasting too much time, let's get started. So we'll start with the question. First, let's have a look on the question. So in this question, as we had the condition where x was the position of charge and it was very less than r, where r is the radius of ring. So according to that condition, I can directly say that the answer of this question would be SHM along the axis of ring. How? Let us have a look on the animation and its explanation. According to the question, we have a ring of radius r where some positive charges of amount q spreaded over it. Now if I just rotate the ring about its vertical axis like this, so that its horizontal axis will become parallel to the plane. So we will have some positive x and negative axis like this. Now if I just consider positive axis and I take a point on the positive axis at a distance x, what we're gonna have electric field which is indicated by a blue arrow, and the direction of electric field will be in the right hand side like this. Now at this point, if I just put a negative charge, so what will gonna happen, the force on the negative charge according to the formula will be on the left hand side, and because of this force the particle will start to move towards the center, and this particle will move till it reaches at the center where the electric field is 0. As we know, the result of electric field due to a ring, it is at 0 at the center, and here the force will become 0, but according to the Newton's first law, the particle will not stop here, it will continue to move on the left hand side. As it moves just a little bit to the left, it will again start experiencing a force on the right hand side, because of what the speed of the particle will start to decrease and the charged particle will move up to a certain distance where at last the speed of the particle will become 0, but due to the right hand side of force, the particle now will start its motion to the right hand side. See, and this process now will happen again and again, and you can see the particle now will be moving like it is doing a SHM along the axis, where I have assumed the amplitude of the SHM to be x. So mathematically also we should know how to solve or how to approach this kind of question, because sometimes it is asked to calculate the frequency, the angular frequency with which particle is doing SHM along the axis. Now as we know from the concept of SHM, what we have from the concept of SHM, if a particle is doing SHM around a point which is called mean position, so the acceleration of the particle should be directly proportional to negative of its displacement, and this displacement will be in some direction. We should say here we have considered x direction, that's why I have written I cap. So if I just get this kind of conditions, or more precisely I should say that acceleration should be equals to negative of omega square x, where x is the displacement. What does it mean? It means that as the particle displays more, the acceleration becomes negative, which means the velocity of the particle will decrease. So here we're gonna find acceleration using the Newton's law, where we know that force is given by mass into acceleration. But what is the force? Here we can write that force is minus q into electric field, and here electric field is given by, because of this is a ring, so we can directly write that the electric field would be kq by in bracket r square plus x square power 3/2 into x, where x is the position of the negative charge particle. So what we can write using this equation, this Newton's law, we can write force will be how much? It will be minus k capital Q small q divided by into x divided by r square plus x square power 3 by 2, and that would be equals to m into acceleration. Got it? Now let me just write it using scalar. So we can write that the acceleration would be minus k capital Q small q divided by mass into x divided by r square plus x square power 3 by 2. So here if you compare with this equation, this one, acceleration equals to minus omega square x. So these both equations are similar when we just however cancel or eliminate this term, and for that it was given there that x was very less than r. We had this condition. Now how we gonna proceed with this condition? As we know x is very less than r, it was given, so we can write x divided by r will be very less than 1. It means the square or cube or higher power terms of this will also very less than 1. It means we can neglect it. We can neglect these higher terms. Given the condition, the answer should not be 0 or indeterminate. If our answer is not affected by neglecting it, so we can neglect it directly. So what acceleration we have got from the previous slide, we has the formula acceleration was given by minus k capital Q small q x divided by m into r square plus x square power 3 by 2. So here I'm gonna take r outside, so I can write here, let me use another pen. So the acceleration will become minus k capital Q small q x divided by, I'm taking r square outside, so here we'll get r cube, and inside the bracket I'll have 1 plus x square by r square and the whole power of 3 by 2. So here what we have explained, that if our answer is not coming to be 0 or indeterminate, so we can neglect this square term or higher terms. So here we can neglect this, and we can just write our acceleration is equals to minus k capital Q x divided by r cube. So here we got the acceleration is in the form of SHM, so we can just compare it. We can just compare it with acceleration equals to minus omega square. So here we can say that acceleration and displacement has the same relation as SHM. That's why the particle is doing SHM. And if in the question it is asked to find angular frequency, so we can just compare it, and we can write the angular frequency now will be k capital Q small q divided by, sorry, here we'll get m also, m r cube. So this will be the angular frequency of the particle doing SHM. And similarly we can find the time period of oscillation, and we know that omega is given by 2 pi by t. So from here we can directly find out time period also. So this was very important question, guys, because in entrance exams they always ask such questions which contains 2 or more than 2 concepts together. So this is very important, and I'll be going to upload some more topics related to that where we have more than 2 or 2 concepts. Till then, best of luck your preparation and take care.